Now let's talk about West Asia. Russian President Vladimir Putin is visiting the region. For the West, Putin still remains enemy number one, but for West Asia, he's a friend. And this was obvious when he landed in the UAE. Take a look at this. A ceremonial flypast, a camel cavalry procession, a gun salute and an escort by 4 Russian jets. Putin got the full royal treatment. The West has tried to isolate him, but this visit demonstrates the relevance of Putin. He remains an important player, a geopolitical force to reckon with, and the Russian president is making the most of this opportunity to prove it. He's on a one-day trip to 2 countries, the UAE and Saudi Arabia, and he enjoys close ties with both these kingdoms. Russia is a major producer of oil. Saudi Arabia and the UAE are among the world's biggest exporters, and that creates a lot of synergies. After invading Ukraine, Putin has leaned on these West Asian powers. They have refused to side with the West. The US wanted Russia out of the global energy markets. Saudi Arabia blocked that move. What about the UAE? It has become critical for the Russian economy, the UAE. It is now a key hub to trade Russian oil, to transfer payments and to bypass Western sanctions. In Abu Dhabi, Putin hailed this cooperation.
Today, thanks to your position, our relations have reached an unprecedented high level. Indeed, the United Arab Emirates is Russia's main trading partner in the Arab world.
The Russian president is not traveling alone. High-ranking officials from Moscow are part of his delegation. This includes the Russian central bank chief, Russia's deputy prime minister and the trade minister. Putin has brought energy executives as well. Russia's top energy companies are represented, so the mission is quite clear: to prop up oil prices. They have fallen to a near 5-month low, and this does not suit the oil-producing countries. Together, they form a cartel called OPEC+. OPEC is an alliance of major oil producers. It has 13 members. Its extension, OPEC Plus, has 23 members. And Russia is part of this extension. OPEC Plus supplies 40% of the world's oil needs. They meet on a regular basis. They discuss how much oil they should sell to the world. OPEC and OPEC Plus are pushing for production cuts. The aim is to reduce supply to the market to create a shortage, in the hope that it will increase prices. Needless to say, Putin would want to have a word about that. So oil is very much on top of the agenda, but there is more to this visit. Like Israel's war on Hamas, the Russian president wants to weigh in.
Of course, we will discuss with you the situation in the hottest spots. First of all, of course, in the Arab-Palestinian-Israeli conflict.
Why is Putin wading into this conflict? Because of Hamas. They have deep ties with Russia. Hamas frequently sends delegations to Moscow. One delegation visited in the month of October, some 3 weeks after the attack, right after Israel began its ground operation in Gaza. And what were those talks about? The release of hostages. Weeks later, that did happen. There was a ceasefire for a few days, but now the fighting has resumed. And so far, Qatar has been speaking to all sides. It brokered the last ceasefire. So will Russia be next? Would Putin like to mediate in this war, even as he's fighting another one himself? Well, invading other countries never disqualified America from mediation, so I guess why not? Russia has little to lose. And this may come up for discussion in his next meeting, the one between Putin and MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, as we know, is Putin's next stop. The Kremlin has already announced the agenda. The statement says the leaders will, and I'm quoting, consider ways to promote de-escalation in Gaza. We'll be waiting for the outcome, and we'll keep you posted.